All right. What does it do, Comics fam? It is time for the specialist video yet in my collection. It is time for us to read and review MAGAnificent 7. And I want to preface this, I don't want to lie to y'all. This might be one of the worst comic books ever written. And I'm not saying that to be mean, and I know that criticism should be constructive, but this is really, like, when we read through this, you'll see what I'm talking about. This is very half-formed. It seems to me like the idea was here. There was some character design, and in Mike Miller's defense, I actually quite like his art style. He's a good artist. I don't know enough about him to know how much he's written before, but I would guess it's not very much from this. I know I said I'm not trying to be mean, but like, seriously, like, even down to like weird aesthetic things that you would not think of. Like, when I opened this comic book for the first time, I didn't get that beautiful new book smell. It smells, I'm not gonna lie to you, it smells like spray paint. I don't know exactly what that's about. But yes, so that's this. This is the MAGnificent 7. We are going to read this, and you can see for yourselves. All right, so let's start it out. All right, page 1. We've got our main villain, the Sorosian. All right, scene in. Curses! I, the Sorosian, control the mainstream media, the House of Representatives, Google, Twitter, YouTube, brought plague, riots, looting, death in the streets, and sown racial division and social discord throughout society, and still the Orange Man has won power over me for another 4 years. This must not stand. This will not stand. It is time for the triggering. We got, and there's this whole scene of, the premise of this comic is Donald Trump is getting sworn in for his second term as the president of the United States, and he's, telling them, he's given his speech. The crowd is cheering until there's a huge red light in the sky, and but some in the crowd know what this event is. They know that they're about to be triggered. And oh my god, this is great. This is one of the best panels in the whole thing, because here we got Nancy Pelosi, and then the next panel is Chuck Schumer and Bernie Sanders and Hillary Clinton, and I'm assuming it's Barack Obama, because it's then they're all screaming "Orange Man bad." Okay, so you see what we're dealing with here. Agent Poso, it's hideous. It's like Stephen King had a nightmare about dating Lena Dunham. Mr. President, we have to go. No, really, it reminds me of Kathy Griffin with her head shaved. Sir, we have to leave. Jack, look at this monstrosity. Picture Rosie O'Donnell on a good day. Look out, Mr. President. Dean Cain? Give me your phone. I need to call the Marines, the National Guard. I have a better idea, Mr. President. With your permission, Mr. President, I'm going to call in the MAGAnificent 7. And here's, our little introduction to these are the 6 personalities, that six and a quarter, if I'm doing my math right. Personalities that make up our MAGAnificent 7. And here's the point at which I start to say, hey, this is not a whole comic book. This is not like a real thing, because the next literally, what is it, 6 or 7 pages? literally the next 7 pages are just pinups. I'll give you a little, show you here. We got, we got El Rushbo. By the power of my golden EIB microphone, becoming my razor-sharp rapier wit, and of course, talent on loan from God, I am El Rushbo. Now, next we got Strange Animal. Releasing the testosterone-fueled rage normally held at bay by his Canadian upbringing and his conservative demeanor unleashes Strange Animal. The same process has the opposite effect on Garrett as his mass is reduced by 75% and he turns into the tiny powerhouse, the quarter-black quarterback. The Ingrahammer is next. Calling back in faith to her ancient tribe of Norsemen known as the Angels, and bringing forth the power of God's light. Gone is the form of woman, and born again is the Ingrahammer. And the this one's my favorite. The Shap Hero. Ben Shapiro spoke so quickly one day that his cellular structure vibrated itself into an alternate dimension. When returned to our world, he was changed, infused with the power of the YouTube play button to move all of his molecules as quickly as he can move his mouth. Choosing to use his powers for good, he fights for the right in aerodynamic tights as Shap Hero. And the inexplicable deadhead, as a young man, Tucker Carlson entered a staring contest with the devil and won. In response, the devil burned the very flesh from Tucker's body, but he could not fight the power behind those eyes. Now, when he calls upon the power of his incredulous stare, no fool or hypocrite can stand before the gaze of Deadhead. And this was the one who I didn't know who it is, and for some reason, they don't actually tell me who it is now. So I still don't know who this one is. But decades of study in the remote jungles of the world, spiritual journeys with ancient tribespeople, a classically trained mind, and the religious guidance of the Torah all form a Venn diagram of singularly powerful floromancer known as Dr. Savage. And before any of you nerds pop into my comment section making a whole bunch of mess about that's not a Venn diagram, there's all kinds of Venn diagrams. You can make them with any number. Transported through space, united in their love for America and a vow to protect her from all enemies, foreign and domestic, they are the MAGAnificent 7. Or, as I said before, the MAGAnificent 6 1/4, depending on how I do the math. And together with super... Oh, that's right. That wasn't real. It wasn't real, Dean Cain, but it can be. I'll grant you some of my conservative credentials. And I'm a doctor. I've got more credentials in my little toe than Salieri over here. Take it. My wife is a doctor. We know. By the power of MAGA, I have the power. Yes, where mild-mannered yet strikingly handsome Dean Cain once stood is the American Avenger, otherwise known as #legally distinct from Superman Man. Trademark. Oh, you look fabulous. Not bad. Not bad at all. Super Man. Excuse us. Impeach, tax the rich, global warming. Are y'all forgetting something? For truth, justice, and the American way. As a lawyer, I have to advise you cannot trademark that. Overruled! DC isn't using it anymore anyway. Ha! Either way, it's time to avenge America. I'll attack its feelings with facts. See, this is what I was talking about here, though. I know I'm making fun of this guy, but it's only because this is such terrible writing. I really, really like this splash page, this double splash page here. It was featured as one of the bits of teaser art on the Indiegogo campaign site. At the time, he had not included all of these word bubbles, but I really I like this guy's art a lot. I really enjoy this panel. If a competent writer had written all of this dialogue, this could be a good story. Well, a good 2/3 of a story, anyway. I mean, I guess a lot of issue ones waste a lot of time splashy thinging you. I mean, look how long Dragon Ball Z takes to get anything done. Anyway, back to the story. This thing is spreading, and it's getting bigger. My razor sharp Jesus Christ, this is so hard to read straight-facedly. This thing is spreading. It's getting bigger. My razor-sharp rapier wit can't cut through all the malarkey. The Ingrahammer cannot penetrate its thick skull. Healthcare is a right. Free college. Defund the police. Socialism is evil. Change my mind. I've got a PhD in epidemiology from Berkeley, and I have to sit here and listen to this? Get out of here, you dummy. It's all feelings, and it doesn't care about any facts. See, I told you. Shap Hero is my favorite. It's so ridiculous. Alright, and yes! This is, okay, treat time, y'all. On this page, we get our big reveal. The amphibious bulk is a character. It looks like this is it, ladies and gentlemen. The Red Menace, the Lizard People, maybe the Anunnaki themselves have merged into a kaiju wreaking havoc, and on the inauguration, by God, they're destroying everything. Everyone is running for their lives. They're probably turning all the frogs gay. That can't happen! By the power of super male vitality! Oh my gosh! Alex is the amphibious bulk! Bulk, trash, ugly woman! This is so fucking hard to read straight-facedly. Strike true, Emerald Amphibian. Vitality more animal than man. Justice must prevail. America first. Nutrition is key. Godspeed, son. How long is this going to take? How do his pants stay on? Raccoon! It swatted the bulk away like it was but a flea. Nigh improbable. Frogman bad. Right cross. I've never worked a job in my life. Building a wall will violate the rights of millions of illegals. It's no use. It just keeps spreading. How do we stop its influence over our youth? Mug Club. It's soy. They're attracted to soy. It's altered their estrogen levels beyond rational thought. It's feeding their fear. They're so low T, they can't be reasoned with. So, if I understand correctly, we need to raise its testosterone levels? I know just who to call. And before I give you that next beautiful moment, I want to pause here to explain to anybody who might not understand this whole soy thing. So we need to raise their testosterone levels. I know just who to call. Bow chicka bow wow. Enough said. The Bombshell Brigade. Oh yeah. I wanna be loved by you, just you and nobody else by you. I wanna be loved by you alone. I'm assuming this is how he wants these things to be sung. Let's do a second take. I wanna be loved by you, just you and nobody else but you. I wanna be loved by you alone. Congresswoman dance too. Any of you girls wanna rub my leg hair? They can all be my first lady. Boop, 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 boop. I couldn't aspire to anything higher than to feel my desire to make you my own. Oh my God, it's working! The testosterone levels are rising. Socialist cohesion failing. Men are becoming men again. Creepy Democrat men, but still men. I'm melting. I'm melting. No, no, losing control. Curse you, Donald Trump. There, the puppet master reveals his hideous face. Strike now, patriots, for faith, for freedom, for America. Fuck yeah! Curses you! Blah. But how, Dr. Savage? How did taking men out of the equation destroy Meltdown? Family, community, nation. No entity can survive long without the leadership of real men. Remove that foundation and the organism crumbles. Look at this crowd. Wait, this is Donald Trump. You gotta get. Look at this crowd. Such a great crowd. I've never seen a crowd this great of you. Really fantastic. I want to thank you all, the MAGAnificent 7, American Avenger, Dean Cain, and the Bombshell Brigade, for raising the testosterone levels of America and for saving us from the Red Menace known as the Democratic Meltdown. America is in for a great awakening. So great. Like nothing you've ever seen before, and it scares all our enemies. It really does. It really does. Nothing can stop what's coming. They know that. They know that. We have 4 more years to make America even greater than it was before, even before it was great. Really tremendous. And I really believe we can do it together. There's only one America, and where we go, only one, and we all go. And they know this. And it really frightens them. It really does. It does tell you. So thank you. Thank you all for coming on this journey with us. You are so special. Really, really special. Like the most special. And of course, with that, I'd just like to say, God bless America, and God bless the United States of all of you in America. Thank you. And thank you for coming with me on this journey. I would just like to kind of pour over. This is a good page. This is a really good panel. Like, there's some fun stuff in here. You notice the first row is all your Bombshell Brigade and all of your Magnificent Seven. Each one of them makes a cameo, and there's a bunch of other crap in here that I'm not sure why, but I'm sure somebody understands all of the references in here, like this green dude and the winky Captain Hat guy. I'm sure somebody knows who that. If you guys know, tell me down in the comments. I need to know these things. What I do recognize, if you look here down at the bottom, we've got Lone Star. Lone Star is Mike Miller's other original creation. I don't know anything about Lone Star, but it's supposed to be some big old patriotic, die-hardy action thing. But that's not the thing that I thought was really cool. I thought it was really funny. They've got, like, the QAnon question or something like it. That's really fun to me. That's really fun to me. You got your QAnon the question mashup guy down here in the bottom right if you see that. So yeah, I mean, that's been MAGAnificent 7. It certainly is a comic book. I don't know what exactly to say. It's a parody. It's supposed to be funny, and it is funny. I'm sure you, I'm sure you laughed as much as I did. I mean, I had a lot of fun recording this. I had to retake a bunch of things for this, because I mean, it's funny. I think that's what he had. I think he had a bunch of jokes. You know, I hear a lot of this stuff from Ethan Van Sciver and all of his stuff. You know, I've said before in videos, I absolutely love Cyberfrog, but I had to unsubscribe from Ethan's channel. He spends too much time on something that I think shouldn't be that big a part of this. I mean, like I said in my video about Get It Together, I don't think there's an audience for this. But I'm not trying to dictate that there shouldn't be. If there's enough people that want to buy this, update on that. There aren't that many people that want to buy this. Whether the thing is that crowdfunding comics hasn't blown up as much as Keanu Reeves might have you to think, or be it because this was a terrible idea from a guy who has nowhere near enough clout to do what Ethan's been doing with his Cyberfrog project. But like it's just kind of a bit of an incohesive mess. Like, it does have its moments where it shines. I don't want to take away from it that there's a number of examples of really good panel work. And I'd like to say this in a constructive way. What I said is a mean-ish throwaway joke earlier in the video. I really do think that in the hands of a competent writer, this could have been fleshed out into an actual story instead of what amounts to kind of like a really well-produced pitch ash can. But yeah, so that's my thoughts, I guess. There's not really much else deep to say about it. I doubt there will be an issue 2 of MAGAnificent 7, if only for the fact that it doesn't really present much ground really for the story to grow. But yeah, it was a fun little thing to buy, and I'll probably do some silly little update video when I finally get around to the framing process. So yeah, thanks for coming with me. It's been real. Thanks for coming. Like, comment, subscribe, all the fun YouTube things. I will see you again in the next one, fam. Because remember, I'm not the comics fan. all of you guys. Y'all are the comics fam. Peacey Wees.